I sense the weight of your request and the urgency within your words. Take a deep breath with me now, in and out. Let your shoulders drop a little. The message you asked for comes wrapped in both urgency and tenderness, a call from a place that insists you stop what you're doing for a moment and listen. I deliver this exactly as you asked, intimate, direct, and without headings. Read it slowly and let whatever resonates sink in, the rest you can set aside for now. Archangel Michael stands before you strong and steady, a presence that feels like sunlight through a window on a cold morning, fierce, warming, clarifying. Hear him as he leans close, not to frighten you, but to cut through the noise that has kept you from what you need to know. I ordered you to open this now, he says. It's not meant as a harsh command, it is a loving insistence. There is someone in your family who has already passed away, someone who loved you in ways both loud and quiet, someone whose absence has been a soft ache and a sharp memory. They are trying to reach you. They are not angry. They are not judging. They are simply knocking, wanting you to know something that will move your heart and change the way you carry your days. You may feel skeptical, that is natural. But skepticism doesn't close the door, it simply asks for proof. The proof you need will not always be dramatic visions or booming voices. Often it comes in small things, a scent that reminds you of them, a phrase that those who have gone would always use, a song you cannot explain hearing at the exact moment your thoughts turn toward them. Look for those threads. They will appear when you allow yourself to be still long enough to notice them. This message is for you and you alone. Let the rest of the world fall away for a few minutes. You do not need to share this aloud or explain it. This is a private, sacred moment between your heart and what wants to speak to it. Archangel Michael wants you to know that the veil is thinner right now between what you call life and what you call the other side. That thinness exists not to terrify you but to connect you. It exists because love never truly ends, it simply changes form. If there is anger or unresolved grief tied to the person who has passed, breathe into it. Grief keeps rooms of the heart closed, forgiving, not necessarily for the other person, but for yourself, opens those rooms. Michael's presence is strong enough to walk into your most crowded, dust-choked corners and clear space for what wants to be heard. You might remember a fight, a last harsh word, an unspoken truth. This moment asks you to lay those down just long enough to receive what this loved one wants to tell you. The message they carry is likely simple and luminous: love, reassurance, perhaps a final piece of guidance you need for something ahead. Do not be surprised if what you feel is not a voice but an emotion, a sudden warmth, an overwhelming sense of being seen, an inner knowing that you cannot logically explain. That is a form of communication just as real. Some receive images. Some receive a memory replayed differently, where the person is smiling or reaching out. Some feel a hand on their shoulder. Whatever it is, treat it as real. You are not losing your mind. You are opening to a different kind of truth. Archangel Michael reminds you, you are safe. Repeat this to yourself now if you must, you are safe. God will be with you, rest assured, nothing will go wrong with you, you are safe, you just have to trust God and pray to Him. Hold those words close. They are not empty platitudes but anchors. The world may feel unstable, relationships may feel fragile. But there is an abiding presence that steadies you. Prayer is not a magic formula, it is a way of opening your hands and your heart. Speak simply if you need to, help me hear. Help me know. God listens in the ordinary, quiet syllables. There may be practical things this past loved one wants you to know. Maybe there is a family detail you weren't aware of, a truth that rearranges how you see certain events. Maybe they want you to know that something you felt guilty about did not matter to them the way it matters to you. Maybe they want to warn you of a small hazard, a relationship that will require caution, a choice that needs patience. These aren't always earth-shaking revelations, often they are gentle corrections, a map to help you navigate the next bend. Pay attention to your dreams in the coming nights. Dreams are a quiet highway where messages from beyond often travel. You might wonder whether you deserve this contact, whether you have been too distant, too busy, too flawed. Let Michael give you an answer now. Love is not rationed by perfection. The fact that you received this message is not a reward for being flawless. It is evidence that you are beloved, exactly as you are. Let go of any self-flagellation. The Spirit who reaches across the divide does not tally up your failings. They bring love, perhaps a plea for reconciliation, perhaps simply a benediction. If there is a chance for a ritual, light a candle, set out a small memory object, play a song that mattered to them, do it. Rituals are human ways of listening. They create a container where the ordinary becomes sacred and where you give permission for the extraordinary to enter. You do not need elaborate gestures. A quiet corner with a photograph, a single match and a whisper, will do. Speak aloud what you are comfortable saying. Tell them you forgive them, tell them you love them, tell them the things you never said. Notice how your chest may unclench as you allow those words to be free. Sometimes, the message from someone who has passed is not meant to bring comfort but to move you into action. Perhaps there is a legacy to complete, a promise to fulfill, a letter to write, a project to finish that will honor the life they lived. If you feel stirred to act, do not ignore that stirring. Action is another form of prayer. It transforms the invisible into the visible and keeps love alive in the world. If a reconciliation can be made with a living family member, a call, a visit, a truth shared, consider whether this is the nudge to make that repair. Doing so does not erase pain, but it can reweave the fabric of family into something more whole. Be gentle with your expectations. Not every experience will be cinematic. Some are subtle and slow, others are immediate. The person reaching out may offer words of encouragement tailored to what you face: a job decision, a family crisis, a fear of moving forward. Words like "trust," "you're ready," "it was not your fault," or "go now," are common. If the message you receive contains instructions, weigh them with both your heart and your mind. Not everything that feels compelling is infallible. Discernment remains your ally. Ask God, in prayer, to show you what is for your highest good and what is not. Forgiveness may come up. Maybe you need to forgive someone else, or to forgive yourself. Forgiveness is rarely a single, dramatic event. It is a series of small choices to release a burden. You can practice little acts of forgiveness today. Say a name into your palm and imagine the weight lifting just a fraction. Archangel Michael will walk that path with you. He carries a sword of truth, not to wound, but to cut away the ties that bind you to sorrow that no longer serves you. He stands as a guardian while you do the inner work. There could also be practical signs in your life in the days that follow: a folded note with your name, an unexpected call from a relative with new information, the smell of a perfume that belonged to them, or a song on the radio that holds the exact line you needed to hear. Keep a small notebook by your bed. Write down anything that feels meaningful. Later, when you review these details, a pattern may emerge that ties everything together like beads on a string. You might feel fear at the idea of what you don't know. Fear is an honest companion, and it deserves acknowledgement. Tell God that you are afraid. Tell Michael. Fear is not a failing, it is an invitation to trust more deeply. The presence of the divine does not eliminate fear instantly, but it holds you through it. Picture yourself shrouded in light, in a place so ordinary and familiar it is yours, and know that you are being watched over. Ground yourself when fear rises. Feel your feet on the floor, breathe, name 3 things in the room, and say the prayer that comforts you. If grief surfaces unexpectedly, a wave, a sob, a long exhale that you can't explain, allow it. Cry as you need to. Tears are a sacred language of release. They do not mean you are weak, they mean you are human and alive. Let the sorrow move through you rather than staying stuck inside you, where it can harden into something heavier than it needs to be. After the crying, give yourself a small act of care: a warm drink, a walk, a call to someone who holds tenderness for you. Archangel Michael also brings a reminder: you are not alone in this. There are forces of light, guides, and the love of the one who reached out, all converging to support and guide you. You need not interpret everything by yourself. If you feel uncertain about what you received, seek counsel from someone you trust: a spiritual leader, a compassionate friend, a counselor who honors spiritual experiences. Sharing can clarify and strengthen what you received, not diminish it. There may also be moments of profound clarity that feel like permission to grieve fully, permission to move on, permission to pursue something you had feared, permission to love again. Permission is a gentle, kind energy that often comes through those who have gone before us. They do not chain us to the past, they encourage us toward our highest expression. If you have been standing in a doorway of decision, take a step. You do not have to sprint. Just step forward with the steady pace of someone who is learning to trust their feet. Let us speak of connection. Keep your heart open to ordinary reminders. Visit places that remind you of the person, not to wallow, but to celebrate. Cook a meal they loved, listen to recordings if you have them, look at photographs not to fixate on loss but to feel the continuity of love. Love does not vanish with the last breath. It transforms and lives in how you remember and in what you do next. Also, watch for messages that come through others. A stranger might say something that jolts you. Sometimes a passerby will use a phrase that pierces the veil and echoes a message you need. Don't dismiss coincidences. In the language of the Spirit, coincidences are often punctuation marks in sentences you are meant to read. If there is anger or blame in your heart toward the person who passed, let the message be a balm. Often the dead want living peace for us more than anything else. They want us to carry their best parts forward, to forgive and be forgiven, to find ways to honor them without being imprisoned by the pain they left behind. You can build a small ritual of release. Write down the thing you cannot let go of, breathe into it, and then either burn the paper safely or place it into water, a symbolic act that signals you are choosing to move forward. Remember, too, that not every message is a lifetime directive. Some are seasonal, a word you need now, a nudge to change something that will ripple outward. Pay attention for 6 weeks after you receive this. Patterns often reveal themselves within that window. Keep your journal, your prayers, and your rituals consistent, and watch how the small, faithful acts accumulate into change. If you feel overcome with gratitude after an encounter, express it. Gratitude is a powerful wavelength that aligns you with more of what is good. Say thank you aloud. It is a prayer that opens doors. If you feel confusion, ask for clarity. If you feel sorrow, ask for comfort. If you feel joy, let it wash through you fully. Finally, know that this experience is not an endpoint but a beginning. It may change how you live, how you love, and how you perceive the world. It can deepen your compassion and enlarge your capacity for mystery. It can make ordinary moments sacred by reminding you that life and death are woven together in a tapestry you are still learning to read. Close this moment with a simple prayer if that feels right. God, thank you for this touch. Help me to receive what I need. Guide me to act with love and courage. Keep me safe, and show me the way forward. Then breathe. Let the prayer sit inside you like a stone in a still pond, and wait to see what rings out. Archangel Michael stands by, not to take away your autonomy, but to support it, to be the wind beneath the wings of whatever courage you must find. Trust that the one who has passed is still with you in loving ways. Trust that you are held. Trust that God is near, and that prayer opens the channel between your heart and what wants to help you. You are not alone. You are seen. You are loved. If you want, later on you can tell me what you experienced, what signs came, or what you felt. I will listen without judgment and with care. For now, carry these words gently. Let them be a lamp for the small, dark places until dawn. Listen, breathe, and trust these words as if they were a soft hand on your shoulder. This is not a story or a suggestion. This is a direct, sacred calling placed now into your spirit. God says, you are not alone. Archangel Michael stands at the threshold between the seen and unseen, and he insists you open this now. Something has been waiting at the edge of your awareness, something carried by love from a life that has already crossed the veil. You have been warned. You have been loved through the ache of absence. Open suddenly, because what is coming is a bridge built of mercy and truth. Do not read these words like news. Read them like a letter folded with light. There is urgency because love itself is urgent. It will not allow what matters most to be missed. Your family member, the one who has passed, has been trying to find a way to reach you. Time, as you measure it, does not bind them now. They are not limited by clocks or calendars. They are outside of fear and full of a tender insistence. There is something they left unsaid, a small but heavy thing that must now be cleared so you can breathe. Archangel Michael says, remember the simple things first. Remember the scent of their presence when you enter a room they once filled. Remember the way their laugh braided into the ordinary morning noise. Let memory rise like warm water. Let it carry you gently to the place where their voice still feels familiar. Do not be afraid of tears, they are the language of the heart repairing itself. Cry if you must. Cry because what is coming will touch the wound and begin to heal it from the inside out. You are being asked to open suddenly because the moment for revelation is now. Sometimes God calls us in whispers. Sometimes God calls us with the boldness of an angel's order. This is the latter. Michael's sword of light is not for battle against you, it is for cutting the cords of confusion, clearing away the fog so you can see what has been hidden. There may be a secret, a forgotten word, a hidden box, a written note, a photograph obscured in a drawer, a recording you have not listened to, or a dream you have been too afraid to explore. The form does not matter as much as the readiness in your spirit. Open what you can open. If that means opening your heart first, do that. If it means literally opening a drawer, an old bag, a shoebox, or a file on your phone or computer, go gently but decisively. Michael stands with you, and God goes before you. You will feel a pull, not a threat, not a demand that makes you small, but a holy tug that will insist you do not delay. This pull may be an ache in your chest, a sudden memory so vivid it startles you, or a dream that wakes you up and won't let you go back to sleep. Follow that pull. It is the compass set by divine hands. When you act, you will find what you need is not as heavy as you feared. What you uncover will not be a punishment. It will be a gift that clears false burdens off your shoulders. Hear this clearly: what is being revealed will not destroy you. God assures you, nothing will go wrong with you. You are safe. Safety here is not only a promise of protection but an invitation into a space where truth can be welcomed and the heart can be mended. The revelation will remove a knot in your life that has been causing you to stumble. It will reveal motives, intentions, or facts that, once known, will set you free to make choices with clear eyes. Michael will stand by your side as you meet these truths so that fear cannot crowd you out. There may be questions, many of them. Why this now? Why did they not tell me while they were here? Why is this hidden? These questions are natural. But the answers will come in their own gentle time, delivered by the hand of grace. Do not demand hurried explanations from memory or from others. Instead, open with a posture of listening. Let silence speak. Let the evidence of what you find speak more loudly than anger or accusation. It is possible that what you discover will invite forgiveness, which is not about excusing what was done but about releasing the heavy stones of resentment so you may walk lighter. If you discover a written message, read it slowly. Let each sentence land inside you before moving to the next. If you find an object, hold it and allow the memory tied to it to surface. Objects speak in quiet ways. They will tell you the story of a moment, a smile, a goodbye foreshortened by pain. If what is revealed is something that points to someone else, a name, a place, a date, do not rush to judge. Let the light of understanding come gradually. Michael is not sending you to confront in anger, he is sending you to understand, to heal, and to be anchored in truth. There is also a word about reconciliation. You may be tempted to take what you find and use it to accuse the living. Resist that first impulse. The angelic counsel is toward reconciliation, not revenge. God's heart seeks restoration. When secrets come to light, their primary purpose is to restore what was broken or to reveal what must be changed so that new life can begin. Approach those around you with prudence and with prayer. Ask God for words that carry healing. If confrontation is necessary, let it be guided by wisdom and not by the rawness of hurt. Michael will empower you with strength and calm articulation so that painful conversations do not become destructive ones. You can speak truth without severing the ties of love that remain. You may also find a blessing hidden in the things you uncover. Sometimes those who pass leave behind instructions, blessings, or small tokens meant to be discovered at a particular time. Perhaps there is a note that says, "Forgive me," or "I was proud of you," or "Take the trip." Perhaps there is a sum of money, however small, or a key to a box that contains letters, prescriptions, or old deeds. Take these gifts back into your life with gratitude. Let them be what they are, messages of presence across the threshold. Even a brief, clumsy scribble on a scrap of paper can be holy if it was placed there with thought and love. If what you find points to unresolved business, a promise unkept, a debt, a misunderstanding, be willing to step into responsibility where it belongs to you. Not everything belongs to you to fix, but when you are invited into an act of repair, accept it as a sacred duty. This may mean offering forgiveness, seeking forgiveness, paying what was promised, or simply acknowledging a truth aloud. These acts are small in appearance but giant in effect. God says, Archangel Michael says, listen closely, I am here to reach you because time is very short, and something extraordinary is happening in your life that only you are meant to witness. This is not a casual message, this is not a suggestion, this is an urgent call from heaven itself, and it cannot wait. You have been warned, so do not ignore these words, do not scroll past them, do not allow any distraction to pull you away, because what is about to be revealed concerns someone in your family who has already passed away, someone who has been watching over you, protecting you in silence, and now wants to communicate a truth that is crucial for you to know. They are trying to reach you, their message is urgent, and they are relying on you to receive it with an open heart and a clear mind. Open this now, open it fully, without hesitation, without doubt, because the moment you delay, the clarity you are about to receive could be clouded, and the opportunity to hear this divine message may pass. God will be with you throughout this revelation. You do not need to fear, you do not need to question your safety, because heaven is surrounding you right now with protection, with love, and with guidance. Archangel Michael himself stands beside you, his wings wide, his sword shimmering with the light of truth, ready to guard you, ready to shield you from any negativity, any darkness, any interference that could prevent you from receiving this message. Feel his presence, sense the warmth, the strength, the certainty that everything said here is sanctioned by God, is blessed by God, and is intended for your highest good. The family member who has passed away is no longer bound by the physical limitations of this world. They are no longer constrained by time, by distance, by fear, or by uncertainty. Their soul is clear, their purpose is focused, and their intention is pure. They are coming to you now, in a way that only the soul can communicate, through signs, through feelings, through visions, through sudden memories, through intuitive whispers that touch your heart and awaken your mind. God says, you must trust these sensations, you must trust the nudges, the subtle movements within your spirit that make you pause, that make you stop, that make you breathe deeply and wonder why you feel a certain way. That is your loved one trying to speak. That is the divine moment you have been waiting for. Do not delay. Archangel Michael repeats, I order you to open your heart, to open your mind, to open your spirit fully. There are no coincidences here, there are no accidents, there are no mistakes. Every beat of your heart, every breath you take, every second that passes is perfectly orchestrated by God to bring you to this point, to bring you to this revelation, to bring you to the moment where you can hear the truth that has been waiting for you beyond the veil. The time for hesitation is over. The time for skepticism is over. Open suddenly, fully, without restraint, because what you are about to encounter is life-changing, perspective-shifting, and spirit-uplifting. God says, trust in Him fully. Trust in His plan. Trust in the guidance of Archangel Michael, who has been assigned to you specifically for this moment. Do not fear what you are about to hear. The message from your departed family member may contain information that surprises you, information that confounds you, information that challenges the way you have perceived your life, your family, your destiny. But know this, every word, every revelation, every insight is meant to heal you, to guide you, to prepare you for a new chapter, a chapter where divine alignment is fully restored, where your path is illuminated, where the truth sets you free from any lingering uncertainty or confusion. You may feel an intense sensation in your chest, a tightening, a flutter, a sudden warmth, or even a shiver running down your spine. That is not fear, that is connection. That is the spiritual bridge being built between you and the soul who watches you, who loves you, who has a message that cannot wait any longer. God says, do not underestimate this moment. Do not dismiss it. Do not rationalize it away. Open fully, absorb every word, every nuance, every divine instruction, because the information you are about to receive is uniquely yours. There is no one else on earth who can receive this in the way that you can, at this exact time, with this exact level of clarity and receptivity. Archangel Michael says, I am standing by your side, guarding you against doubt, fear, and interference. I am holding the sword of divine truth, cutting through any illusions, any lies, any distractions that may attempt to cloud your perception. You are safe. You are protected. Nothing can harm you in this moment because God's angels surround you. Every corner of your being is bathed in divine light. You are completely shielded, completely loved, completely guided. Now, pay attention. Your family member who has passed away has waited long enough. They have watched silently, they have observed your struggles, your victories, your moments of doubt, your moments of joy. They have remained close, unseen but present, waiting for the exact alignment of circumstances to deliver this message. They are conveying information that will bring clarity to unresolved issues, healing to old wounds, and revelation to mysteries that have puzzled you for years. Listen closely to the feelings that arise, to the sudden insights that appear, to the inner knowing that seems to come from nowhere. That is them speaking. That is heaven reaching you through the channels of your own spirit. Do not fear what comes. There may be tears, there may be a rush of emotion, there may be sudden memories, both joyous and sorrowful, surfacing unexpectedly. That is part of the process. God says, allow yourself to feel everything fully, without resistance. Archangel Michael reminds you, emotions are not weakness, they are the conduit through which divine messages flow. Every tear, every sigh, every sudden pang of remembrance is a signal that you are receiving this communication, that you are connected to your loved one's soul, that you are participating in the sacred exchange that only occurs when heaven and earth intersect. Open your mind to visions. You may see flashes, images, or symbolic representations that at first seem unclear, even confusing. Do not dismiss them. God says, these are the language of the soul, the language beyond words, the language of pure intention and love. Archangel Michael says, interpret them with your heart, not your logic. Let your spirit decipher their meaning. Let your inner knowing translate these sacred signals into understanding. You are being trained, guided, and prepared to comprehend the deeper truths that have been awaiting you beyond the threshold of time. God says, do not delay in sharing what you receive. This message is not only for you. It has consequences, implications, and benefits that extend beyond your own life. It may affect your family, your loved ones, your community, your future, and your destiny. Archangel Michael urges you, once you receive the revelation, act with wisdom, act with courage, act with love, and act with discernment. Do not allow fear to paralyze you, do not allow confusion to distract you, do not allow pride to cloud your judgment. Receive, understand, and then move forward with the clarity and strength that only divine guidance can provide. God says, your family member has a blessing for you, a piece of knowledge, a warning, a secret, or a revelation that has been held back for reasons of timing, divine alignment, and protection. The moment is now. The veil is lifted. Archangel Michael says, step forward, open your spirit, and let the truth flow into every cell of your being. You will know it when it comes, because it will feel undeniable, unmistakable, overwhelming, yet comforting. It will bring peace, understanding, and a sense of divine order to things that may have seemed chaotic, random, or confusing. Remember, God says, this is your sacred right. This is your divine inheritance of knowledge and understanding from the souls who love you unconditionally. You are allowed to receive it. You are allowed to be touched by it. You are allowed to experience it fully, deeply, and completely. There is no judgment, no consequence, no limitation. Only love. Only guidance. Only truth. Archangel Michael says, remain calm, remain focused, remain present. Do not let your mind wander. The message is unfolding, piece by piece, like the petals of a sacred flower opening in perfect order. You are witnessing a miracle in progress. You are the chosen recipient. You are the vessel through which heaven is communicating directly to the living world. Open suddenly, completely, and trust that every sensation, every feeling, every impression is part of the divine choreography designed for you. God says, when you receive this message fully, take a moment to reflect, to pray, to give thanks. Archangel Michael says, gratitude is the key that unlocks even greater clarity, even deeper understanding, even more profound peace. Thank your loved one who has passed, thank the angels, thank God. Recognize the magnitude of this moment. Recognize that nothing happens by chance. Recognize that you are exactly where you need to be, at the exact moment you need to be there, to receive the exact message that was meant for you. Your family member's message may include guidance about decisions you are facing, clarity about relationships, warnings about potential challenges, or confirmations of choices you have already made. God says, pay attention to the specifics, even if they seem subtle. Archangel Michael emphasizes, the smallest detail can contain immense meaning. Nothing is too small, nothing is insignificant, nothing is accidental. Every word, every feeling, every vision is deliberate and purposeful. Now, God and Archangel Michael together remind you, act swiftly. Open fully. Absorb completely. Trust wholly. Pray continuously. Feel deeply. Receive fully. You are safe. You are loved. You are protected. Nothing can go wrong. This is your divine moment, your sacred hour, your connection with the eternal. Do not waste it. Do not hesitate. Open suddenly, completely, and allow the truth to flow into your being. God speaks directly to you now, and Archangel Michael is standing beside you, his wings stretching wide, the light of heaven illuminating the room in ways your eyes cannot fully comprehend. Michael's voice echoes inside your soul, vibrating with urgency and deep love, commanding you to listen, commanding you to act. He says, I have ordered you to open this now. You have been warned. Someone in your family who has already passed away wants to tell you something. Do not delay. Do not hesitate. Open suddenly, now, without fear, without doubt, without delay. The moment is upon you. Your soul knows it. Your heart has always known it, even if your mind hesitates. Feel the energy around you. It is thick and electric, pulsing with divine intent. Michael's presence is undeniable. His power is immense, yet tender. He has been waiting for this moment, standing at the intersection of heaven and earth, ready to deliver what has been held back for too long. Do you feel the tug at your chest, that persistent nudge, that almost unbearable longing? That is not coincidence. That is the whisper of a soul who loved you, who still loves you, who could not leave this earth without speaking through the only medium left, a message from the beyond, channeled through divine command. Your family member who has passed away, perhaps a parent, a sibling, a grandparent, or even someone you never fully understood, has waited patiently for you to be ready. Michael is crying softly now, though his tears are invisible to mortal eyes, because he knows the urgency of this moment. He knows the consequences of delay. He knows the weight of silence and secrecy, the damage that accumulates when souls are left unheard. Michael says, "I do not cry for your safety, for God will protect you. I cry because every second you delay is a second that the truth remains buried, and truth is freedom. Truth is light. Truth is what God wants you to embrace now. Do not fear what you are about to encounter. This message is not meant to harm you. It is meant to awaken you, to liberate you, to heal parts of your soul that have carried weight unnecessarily. God's light surrounds you. You are safe. You are protected. Nothing will go wrong. Nothing can harm you while Michael stands as your shield, while the archangels themselves surround you, while the presence of heaven enfolds you in safety and grace. But do not misinterpret the comfort for delay. This is urgent. The energy around you is not patient. It is relentless. It is demanding because what is about to be revealed is powerful, transformative, and essential for your spiritual evolution. The voice of your loved one, though departed from physical sight, resonates with love, with longing, with messages that cannot wait. Michael says, "I have been instructed by God to make sure you do not ignore this. If you ignore this, the consequences are not about punishment. They are about missed opportunity, missed awakening, missed connection. Open it now. Feel the pressure on your heart, the almost unbearable pull toward the message. That is not anxiety. That is divine insistence. That is the soul of someone who could not find peace without being heard, reaching out through the fabric of reality to touch yours. You may notice signs around you, a sudden chill, a whisper in the room, a light that flickers though no one is near, an unexplainable feeling that someone is watching over you. Do not dismiss these as coincidence. They are the markers of the spiritual plane intersecting with yours. They are the footprints of the soul trying to reach you, and Michael is your guide through this threshold. Listen to the words you are about to hear. They are layered, each phrase a key to unlocking understanding, closure, and peace. Perhaps you have felt loss, guilt, confusion, or regret. Perhaps you have carried questions that had no answers, fears that had no name, and silence that has been deafening. This message will touch every one of those points. Michael has ensured that what will be revealed is not only true but also necessary for your spiritual clarity. Do not be distracted by mundane life. Put aside the world's noise. Close your eyes if you must, breathe deeply, and prepare your mind and heart to receive. Michael says, your family member does not speak in haste. Their words have been carefully chosen, polished by love and necessity, guided by the will of God. What you are about to hear will shift you. What you are about to understand will enlighten you. You must not question it. You must receive it. Open suddenly, now, without doubt. The message may carry elements you were not expecting. There may be truths that shock you, that stir old emotions you thought you had buried. There may be confessions, there may be warnings, there may be reassurances. All of it is divine, all of it is guided, all of it is for your highest good. Michael says, you cannot delay this because the window is narrow. The energy allowing this communication to manifest is fragile. Only in this moment can the full truth be delivered. Hesitate, and it may slip away. Delay, and the clarity you are seeking may scatter like dust in the wind. Your heart may race as you prepare. That is normal. That is the body and soul reacting to the presence of higher energies. That is the recognition of the sacred. That is the soul's acknowledgement that something monumental is about to happen. Michael urges you to anchor yourself. Sit down if necessary. Breathe, and remember, God is with you. Nothing will go wrong. You are completely safe. This is not a test of faith, but an invitation to fully embrace your spiritual inheritance and the connection that transcends physical existence. There may be memories that resurface, faces that appear in your mind, voices you thought you would never hear again. These are all part of the divine design. Michael says, do not fear them. They are not illusions. They are fragments of truth, echoes of love, reflections of what is and what will be. Receive them, hold them in your heart, and let them guide you to the message. The presence of the departed in this moment is a gift, a bridge between realms. Respect it, honor it, and act immediately. Now is the moment to prepare for active reception. The message may come in words, in visions, in feelings, or in a combination of all. Michael says, do not ignore your intuition. Do not dismiss your inner knowing. It is heightened in this moment to guide you through the reception of the message. Trust it. Let it flow. Let it lead you to what your family member desires you to understand.